Not Just Books, the library's monthly show about what is happening in your world and the Williamson County Public Library. My name is Dolores Greenwald, Director of the library. We are humbled to have the opportunity to join you in your homes. Today, we'll be talking about the library's summer reading program theme, On Your Mark, Get Set, Read. What is your TBR, to be read book list this summer? If you don't have one yet, we'll help you get busy and find one for you. We will be changing the format some today since our focus is summer reading. Our segments will be Save the Date and What's Hot in Books. I'm happy to have Stacey Parish with us today. Stacey is a terrific member of our children's staff and will be joining us today during our Save the Date segment to discuss the importance of reading during the summer and our fun and educational programs. In our What's Hot in Books segment, we'll have Lindsay Roseberry join us from our reference department. Why should all the kiddos have all the fun reading this summer? Parents can join in too. Lindsay will tell us how. We have so much material to cover in a short time, so sit back and let's get started.
This summer is gonna be great. Get out, get active, and get your imagination going. Enjoy all the fun, adventures, and excitement you can think of. Read. Discover stories that you'll love, that will inspire you to create the stories, live the stories, and be the stories. The library has it all, where you want to go and what you want to know. So make a plan to get the most out of your vacation. Join us at your library this summer. On your mark, get set, read.
Welcome back. In our Adult Summer Reading Club segment today, we have reference librarian extraordinaire and not an unfamiliar guest to our show, Lindsay Roseberry. Lindsay is not only one of our terrific reference librarians, but also she helps with the summer reading program for adults so that adults aren't left out.
That's right.
During the summer and the enjoyment of reading and also prizes.
Exactly.
So welcome, Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Let's first start off about some of the programs that are going to have to be rescheduled.
Right.
You guys worked really hard in scheduling these programs.
We did.
Very many. So we've had some date changes.
Yeah.
But first, you talk about your team. Who else has helped you?
Margaret Brown, Rebecca Tischler, Lance Hickerson, Sharon. Almost all the reference team have been very helpful. Sharon Riley and Jeffy Nicholson, and of course I have to talk about Lynn Maddox, who has been my liaison with Vanderbilt University, and she has been setting up monthly programs by Vanderbilt professors to speak here at our library.
Lynn has been on the show before, and she has brought us some really good programs, everything varying from Shakespeare and film, costume history to the SEC and sports and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's really good variety of interest for folks. Now, you've had some programs to change, like I mentioned. So you've got Chess Club.
Yeah, Chess Club was beginning, it was going to be an introduction to chess, and then he's also talking about a chess club for adults, a monthly chess club, and the first meeting is coming up this month, but there will be another one in July.
And we also had a Tai Chi that's going to be rescheduled.
Yes.
So people can also check the website for that,
Yes.
which is wcpltn.org.
Right.
Tai Chi is something that's always, it's been kind of interesting to me when I watch people that do it. It seems, even though your body is moving, it seems kind of relaxed and kind of like, almost like yoga in a way.
Yeah.
So, in your raw foods program, you had
Yes.
a raw foods program.
We had one for that was specifically geared towards children, to teach parents and children how to introduce raw foods and use raw foods in their diets. And another one that was going to be later on in July about just summer foods and making raw foods with summer vegetables and fruits.
And you can, like I said, you can check our website,
Absolutely.
wcpltn.org, but we've been having a lot of gardening programs.
Yes.
This spring and into this summer, because we've got a seed exchange.
Yes.
That we have going on. It's been very popular, and our gardening programs have also been very popular.
They're the ones that are racking up the most attendance.
So, but let's talk about some of the programs that we have had. Here was one gardening, ABCs of Farm to Table Movement. That was one of the Vandy programs.
Yes, that was very interesting. I was there for that one, and he talked about the whole food system and how it connects and how so many different agencies are involved. It was quite impressive.
And the Devlin Farms, CSA.
Actually, that was a cancellation as well.
It was a cancellation as well.
Maybe we'll get her back.
Maybe
but
we can get that
this is really a busy time for her, so that's why she was trying to do it in early May. So.
We have, we've had a program on Brazil.
Yes, that was interesting.
And the country programs bring people in. I remember we did one fairly recently on Cuba, brought in a lot of adults that was interested in that.
Yeah.
We also had geocaching and orienting.
Yes, and that's done by two of our library staff. Lon Maxwell is a Boy Scout leader, and I asked him, do you know anybody who does anything about geocaching and orienteering? And he said, yes, I do. So I said, you're hired.
And we have, we've worked with Patsy Watkins and her team on several programs.
Yes.
But she's got one coming up on summer recipes.
Yes, and yeah, nutrition and summer recipes, yeah.
And that is July the 13th.
Yes.
So we also have the self-defense training.
Yes.
Let's talk about that one.
Rebecca was the one initiated that contact with the Williamson County Sheriff's Department. And they do offer that, but this time they're going to offer it, the first class will be at the library, and just training women how to be more confident and be able to protect themselves and to stop any events that might happen. And the second and third classes are going to be at the Sheriff's Department because they have better mats than we do, or mats, period.
Now, will they have to, I guess people will have to pre-register for these because they have to have a certain amount of numbers.
Right. Yes.
So you can find out more information on that one at wcpltn.org. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3 different nights in July. So that should be a very worthwhile program for women. And we also have a nostalgic game night.
Oh yes, that was fun. That was fun.
Now, when you talk about nostalgic games, you're not talking about like Minecraft and that kind of stuff. What kind of games are we talking
Nostalgic for my generation. We're talking about tiddlywinks and charades and different kinds of card games, and we're going to squeeze in apples to apples because that's been around for a while, so it's not that new. But we're talking about older things that people played when they were in the 70s and 80s and 90s, things like that.
Yeah, I think things like Life and Operation.
Oh yeah,
and all those kind of games too. Now we are partnering, and we do this from time to time with Sister Cities.
Right.
On their Passport to the World series, and this is coming up this summer, and they are going to be focusing on Cuba and have a Cuba program, and that's July the 10th. And there's a lot of changes going on in Cuba right now, so I think that would be very interesting to find out about. And we also have prizes.
Yes, we do.
So you want to talk about some of the prizes that we've got?
Well, local businesses have been very, very helpful, very nice to us. Pueblo Real is giving us some coupons. Coy has given us a nice coupon. Someone's going to get a grand prize from that one. We have been gifted with Cheddar's coupons. And let's see, I can't remember.
We've got Martin's Barbecue.
Martin's Barbecue. in
Landmark
Nolensville.
Booksellers.
Oh, yes. They're a great supporter of ours.
Mellow Mushroom, which
Yeah.
has the best pizza. Their pizza is really good. Nashville Pet Products.
Yes.
Which that's dear to my heart because I love animals.
Yes. And if you get it and you don't have a pet, you can give it to somebody else.
That's right. Always gift it. You've got Oscar's Tacos, Papa Murphy's, which is good to grab on the way home and heat it up and eat it. We've got even mugs, from one of our databases.
And lots of books, because friends of the library have been very helpful, very nice in giving us books that we can give away as prizes.
And we've got smoothies and Witt's Barbecue.
2 barbecue places, yeah. We've got some great prizes.
A rec center pass, which the Williamson County Parks and Rec Department had some awesome rec centers that you can take advantage of.
Yeah.
So everyone in the community has been very generous with these prizes.
This
is exciting.
Yes, it's very nice.
And we have just wonderful opportunities for the adults to keep reading as well. And we are very, very pleased about that. Also, tell us a little bit about Exercise Your Mind Bingo, which
Right.
has to do a little bit with our theme.
It's based on our theme, but for those people who don't want to have to read a book, although reading a book is on there, basically you just do 5 things in any category, in any area, any row, just like bingo, and bring it into the reference department on the 2nd floor, and we'll give you a prize.
Ah, very good. Yeah, some of them is try a new exercise or physical activity.
Take a
Work a
nap.
jigsaw puzzle.
Take a nap is in there too, so that's
I like that. Take a nap is always good. Go for an after dinner walk. That's always good. So there's some really great things going on this summer.
Yeah.
And it's all around the concept of reading. So we're going to bring it down to kind of our personal ideas, that things we like to read. So what is your to-be-R or to-be-read list of books for the summer?
Well, I just found out about one that I posted on our fiction Pinterest page, Bloodline by Claudia Gray, which is a book about Princess Leia and what she did before the new movie came out and her life.
I've
And
heard
I'm
about
looking
that
forward to
one.
reading that one. I'd never heard of that. And then, of course, I love Louise Penny books, the Inspector Gamache, and I must say that audio is the way to listen to it, because the gentleman reads all the French words very nicely, and you just pick up. It's much nicer to hear it in your ear.
Yes.
And another one that I'm looking forward to reading is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry.
Oh, that's an interesting title.
Yes, and it's written by someone from Scandinavia, Frederick Bachman, and a grandmother and a little girl were the best friends, and the grandmother died, and the little girl found some letters that she has to deliver to people saying that she was sorry, and it changes her life. So,
Interesting.
one I'm really looking forward to reading is Stiletto by Daniel O'Malley. I read his first book, Rook, and I was blown away. It's fantasy and humor and all kinds of things. And I've had my name on hold for it for 6 months, just waiting for it to come. Another book is Carrying Albert Home by Homer Hickam. And it's a humorous book about a couple divorces, but the man gets to take back the alligator, who is Albert.
Okay. One more title.
Okay,
If
and
you've got
then
one.
okay, I've got one more title. Really quick, I want to read Hamilton by Ron Chernow, because that's what Hamilton is based on, the Broadway play, the smash Broadway play.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the other one I need to talk about is the Badass Librarians of Timbuktu.
Great book.
A great book. It's true. They were trying to hide the original documents,
Ancient manuscripts.
ancient manuscripts
medieval
from ISIS who were coming,
Yep.
and how they did it. And I'm looking forward to giving that to my brother, who was actually in Timbuktu.
That's great. That's great. Well, we can always give our viewers reading recommendations.
Absolutely.
So you can always call or check our website or drop by And thank you so much, Lindsay, for coming today and
Enjoyed it.
sharing your list and what's going on at this summer at the library.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to our special episode of Not Just Books, where we are focusing on our summer reading programs at the library. And we have with us children's librarian and special person, Stacey Parish, with us. And we're going to be talking about the children's programs and also the importance of kids reading during the summer. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You are a frequent guest on our show, and we
Yes.
really appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about kids reading during the summer.
Well, it is just absolutely crucial that they stay engaged. It's been proven time and time again that kids lose sometimes weeks and months worth of learning over the summer if they don't keep their brains engaged and in doing activities to keep them sharp, so that when school does start back, that the teacher can jump right in moving forward and not having to go back and recover so much lost ground. So
They can also read what they want to read, too.
exactly, yes, instead of what teacher tells them to or what mom tells them to, that they can read what they want to or what the children's librarians tell them to.
Well, we're going to show just a quick video. You want to tell the viewers about it?
Sure. A little brief video by award-winning author Kate DeCamillo.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Camello and I am lucky enough to get to write books for a living. My most recent book is entitled Rainy Nightingale, and it's the story of 3 friends and 1 summer. I love summer. I particularly loved summer when I was a kid because it meant that I got to go to my local library and I could sign up for the summer reading program, and I could read any book that I wanted to read, and I loved that. And you can go to your public library and sign up for the summer reading program and read any book that you want to read. It's a spectacular thing. So sign up, join millions of other kids. Be a summer reader, be a lifetime reader. Thanks.
Well, thank you for sharing that video.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And she is a very strong advocate for children and in reading.
Yes.
And she also did it for libraries last summer as well. So support her and buy her books, parents
That's
out
right.
there. So thank you very much.
And come to our library and check out her books.
And check
And
out
help us
our
make it a
books,
million.
too. Yes, help
See
us
what I
make
did
it
there?
a million.
Yeah.
We've got just a couple of teen programs that I wanted to mention because we have a very active teen department. We've got Creating Villains to Cheer For, which is July the 19th. Does everybody love a hero or do they? And they'll be talking about the heroes we kind of love to hate, like Darth Vader.
Oh, right.
So that'll be good. And then they've also got their annual teen lock-in, which is very popular.
Yep.
And that is August the 6th.
All right.
So you can look on our website for some of the more teen programs.
Right.
But they've got a very active summer going on as well.
Absolutely. They are always having a good time up there.
They are. So tell us about some of the programs that we've had. We've had some animal programs already this summer.
We have had the National Education Company come out, and this year they brought a baby kangaroo and a Eurasian eagle owl, and I got to hold both of those beautiful creatures, which was very exciting. They brought a blue-tongued skink, which is the funny little lizard that actually did, yes, indeed, have
lizard.
a blue tongue. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. She brought a bat. What else did she bring? Just that they always bring the most phenomenal creatures and then tie it in with the summer reading program. So
Well, as you can tell, not only do the kids love the animals, the adults do too.
absolutely, it
We
is far
always
and
get a
away
kick
our
out of that.
most popular program. Yes, so we did 3 showings of that. We had Mr. Super Science guy, Mr. Rich, come out, and he always the kids just love him. He's always so much fun and educational as well, and always ties his in with the reading program as well. So just too much fun to be had there. We did a crafternoon where the kids could make melted crayon art with the hot plate. Or,
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yes, or a duct tape bookmark, or a little popsicle stick skateboard. So that's always fun there.
We've also got we've got one coming up on the 30th of June about sports and fitness stars.
Yes.
That sounds interesting.
That's my pet program, so I'm looking very forward to that one. We will have lots of folks there whose either career or vocation is sports and fitness, health oriented. A friend of mine who is a personal trainer, a former bodybuilder, some student athletes from the Williamson County high schools. So, you know, lots of opportunities for the kids to come in and meet and greet and just continue learning about how important it is to take care of yourself and to stay active with your body as well as your mind.
And what is this life-size board games that's on the 14th of July?
That's Katie's
sounds like
project.
fun.
Yes, I know she's been assembling the pieces to create a life-size Jenga kit set, whatever.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think she's also going to do a Candyland board for the kids can play, and they themselves are the game pieces. So I am looking very forward to that one too.
I want some video and pictures of that.
Yeah,
That
yes.
sounds like fun.
Yes.
And then we've got magic shows. We've got a couple of magic shows throughout the summer.
Right.
Last one is the 21st of July.
Right.
Terry Hedges.
Right.
And kids do love the magic shows as well.
Yes.
So we also have, don't forget, we've got programs in the branches. In Bethesda, we've got Nashville Ballet. We have had a Get Moving story time with Susan Fisher, which is on the 29th. We've got Runaway Puppet Theater. We've also got another magic show there on Wednesday, July 6th. We also have Library Olympics on the 13th.
Okay.
So College Grove, you know, they've got Bruce Amato coming.
Right.
Get Healthy with the Williamson County Health Department, July 20th. Water balloon Olympics on the 20th.
That'll be nice on these hot days. That'll be perfect.
Oh, I know. That's what I was thinking
Right.
too. That's what I was thinking. And Leaper's Fork is having some fun things. They're having Snowbird, a popular person
wonderful.
from WSMV. That's on the 28th.
Snowbird from my childhood.
Yeah.
That was, you know.
So we also have at Fairview, we've got the Puppet Theater. We've got movies. So we've got Ronald McDonald. So we've just got a lot of different things going on.
Exactly. And I would like to mention all of these programs are free, of course.
Of course.
And pre-registration is not required for any of them. Just come on to whichever ones fit in with your busy summer schedule.
And you can look at our website, wcpltn.org, to find out exactly what program is where.
Exactly.
And we're kind of, I did this with Lindsay, we're kind of bringing down the summer to ourselves and talk about what we're going to be reading this summer.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a TBR to be read. So what are some of the books you're planning on reading this summer?
Well, every year I have lofty goals of reading all of the ones on the VSBA list, which is the Volunteer State Book Award.
Yeah, you might say a little bit about that.
Sure. It's an award. It's chosen by the votes of school children, school librarians, teachers, educators, public librarians, and so forth. But it's kind of the equivalent of the People's Choice Awards. The kids really have a say in what books go onto the list. And it's split into 4 divisions. There's a kindergarten through 2nd primary, and then a 3rd through 5th grade primary. And there's a middle school list and a high school list. And there are 20 books on each division of those lists. So, like I said, it's always, you know, my lofty goal to read every one of them. And have I read them all? No. Will I really get to all of them? No. But hopefully I can get through the picture books at least. It's a sad irony. Working at a library really cuts into your reading time.
Yeah, people think it doesn't, but it really does.
It really does. It really does. It's just a sad thing.
And if you do see us reading at the library, it's usually reading a book review or something. It's not actually reading the book. So
Right.
That's different.
Right.
So, roughly how many do they come out with? How long is the list?
It's usually about 20 for each of those 4 divisions, so a total of 80 books each year.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yep.
So, but what are some of the books when you're not reading the volunteer list that you like to read?
For my children's books, or because
What you like to read?
well, my taste tends to run a little darker. For I guess I'm not a typical children's librarian. Michael Connelly is my very favorite author
I
of
like
all
Michael
time.
Connelly.
He had a Harry Bosch novel come out a couple of months
Yes.
ago, and then he's got another Lincoln Lawyer one. He does
And
both of
now
those
even
series.
a series with Bosch,
Yes.
which is actually, I've seen a couple of episodes. It's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yes, my taste runs toward the thriller.
That's kind of, I mean, I read a variety, but that's kind of what I seem to lean
Right.
toward myself.
Right. Brad Thor has another one coming out very
out this-
soon.
yeah.
This week maybe it just
It is soon.
just
I'm
dropped.
not quite sure.
Right.
But yeah, those are interesting, and I like the ones where you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Sometimes you can figure it out, and that's not so much fun.
Right. I like to be surprised. I don't, and I always try to avoid falling into that trap of looking at the end, but it's not always easy.
Well, one that's kind of like Connelly that I have read is David Lee Burke does the Robichaux
Right, the
books
Dave
set in-
Robichaux books
set
set
in
in
New
Louisiana.
Orleans.
Right.
Those are
Beautiful, beautiful prose. I've been a fan of his for a long, long
and the
time.
dialogue. I mean, I think he's, especially with the New Orleans
Yes,
dialogue
Yes,
movements and the language, he does very well with that.
absolutely, yes.
So it's like I was saying with Lindsay, come into the library and we can not only help your kids, but we can also help pick out some books for you too if you need some
Yeah,
help.
because our knowledge is not just limited to the departments in which we serve.
But our
so-
books, our children's books are running off the shelves. What are some of the popular series this
Well,
summer?
always Harry Potter. We can't keep the Harry Potter
Still
novels on
popular.
the shelf. Yes, still popular.
Well,
after
they've got
all
the
this
play
time.
coming out too.
Right, exactly. The Rick Riordan ones,
Oh,
his
yeah.
series, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief,
Percy Jackson,
and then his other series that are just all equally amazing. The Dork Diaries are really popular with the girls,
I
and
haven't
I think
heard of that one
I
yet.
think there are about 9 or 10 of those
Oh,
by
my
now.
gosh.
Yes, just kind of a little slice of life drama for the or later elementary, early middle school set.
Well, thank you very much for coming
You are
today.
welcome. It
I
is always my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Well, we'll bring you back at some point.
I'll be back.
And we will be right back. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you the goings-on at the Williamson County Public Library. A very, very special thank you to our guests, Stacey Parish of the Children's Department, Lindsay Roseberry, Reference Librarian. Please remember you can give us your comments by sending an email to notjustbooks@williamson-tn.org or leave comments and suggestions on our website at wcpltn.org. You can also let us know what you think about our new website, find out more about our summer activities. You can always leave comments on our Facebook page at WCPLTN or at Twitter at WCPLTN. And don't forget to help us make it 1 million checkouts this year. Time is running out quickly. And until next time, explore your world and read.